So here we are at Xseed. We've got Trails of Cold Steel on the screen here. All right, so you are...
Brittany.
Brittany. Oh, there you go, Brittany. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
I'm Chris, RPGamer. Trails of Cold Steel, is this... I have a dirty secret. I have not played Trails in the Sky yet.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm a terrible person. Is this the second or third game? How does this work?
Okay, so there are 7 games in the series, right?
Okay.
Trails in the Sky is the first one. We've already launched that for PSP and PC. We're working on the second game of the series, which is Trails in the Sky Second Chapter. That's due out this summer. So hopefully within the next few months. That's kind of been 4 years in the making for us.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the game has 3.2 million Japanese characters, which is basically, I don't know, 7 Final Fantasy IXs, something like that. I've been kind of using.
Awesome. Yeah.
If you played East, like take all of the East games we've done combined and like multiply it by 2, and you still don't have like the second game's text. But yeah, so I'm rambling. This is actually game 6 out of 7.
So we skipped from 1 and 2 to 6?
Yes.
Or,
so
oh, okay.
The reason we did that, it's actually okay to start at this point. Basically, there are 3 sets of there are 3 duologies, like 3 different arcs, and you can start at the beginning of any of those particular arcs, even though there's an overarching story.
Okay, so Trails in the Sky was 1. Trails in the Sky Second Chapter is 2.
Trails in the Sky is the second game of the series, and that completes the first arc.
But then what about 3, 4, and 5 would be, that wouldn't be...
So there's Trails in the Sky Third, which is game number 3, and that's more of like an offshoot title.
Oh, okay. So that fills the, all right.
Yeah, it's sort of like one of those things, like the lore in that game kind of dips its fingers into every single like game in the series in some way. And then there's games 4 and 5, which takes place in a country called Crossbell.
But forget that. We're going to 6.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going I really want to do the Crossbell duology.
Oh, okay.
It's literally like I've been calling it Trails of Rookie Cops in New York because it's actually really like it's kind of got this kind of like 1940s noir feel to it. It's a little bit different than like the Laurel Kingdom of Trails, which is like a monarchy that's kind of like backwater country, and then Erebonia, which is like really tense, classist military powerhouse country. So. But like to give you an idea of just like how huge this game, like this series is in general, like, and yet how they managed to make like 3 different starting points that are actually user friendly. Like there are 7 games, all in the same continent. There are 4 major countries. Only 2.5 countries have been explored. We haven't even seen like a single town of one of the major countries that we've known of since the first game. And only 2.5 years have passed.
Okay.
So it is very close-knit. They are all about laying down the lore.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's known for being a super mega text-heavy series. Like it's known for, you know, you have your story, you have like, what's kind of cool is like it kind of does that Tales thing where you learn about the characters outside of like the plot, like when the plot demands it, because people will behave differently like when a tense situation is happening. Like if you want to know how they're like when they're relaxing, like yeah, this game actually does that.
Great.
And then I've been saying this like several times to people just to give an idea of like how much you can read and learn about the lore in the game. You know, like in RPGs, they'll give you like a book.
Yeah.
And you don't have to read the book. It's just saying this is the name of the book and maybe like a brief like 2-sentence summary on what is in the book. This game instead just says, here's the entire novel. So
we're longer than the books in Skyrim then? I mean,
I've actually never played Skyrim,
oh, okay.
but like, it's literally like, I think we had over 150,000 characters worth of like novel text, and it's like, you have like newspapers that you can read. You have like, the second game has a 28 chapter novel.
Oh, jeez.
And you don't actually have to run around and collect it. You actually like can just go up to a library and just read it all in one sitting. If you want to.
Why not? So where should I go here?
New game, and don't mind the text. This is actually our raw translation right now. There's still some Japanese. We haven't gone into recording yet, so there's no voiceovers. So it's going to be English dub only.
How hard is this? Should I go to normal or should I bump it up?
If you want to speed through it, easy is the way to go. Normal, people have been doing like normal, but I can give you like the most thorough explanation through easy. Probably.
Okay, great.
So this is, it's basically saying like year 1204 of the Septian calendar, August 31st. It's telling you it's basically location-wise within Erebonia, which is the main country for games 6 and 7, Cold Steel 1 and 2. And the specific location is at the Gorelia Fortress, which is basically the border between Erebonia and that other country I was talking about, Crossbell. crossbow, and it basically, like, if you're confused, like, don't worry.
Okay.
This game does that thing where it drops you off basically in the middle of the game for the prologue, and then after the prologue's over, it rewinds back and then is like, all right, let me explain what just happened. So
this is on PS3, right?
PS3 and Vita.
And Vita, okay.
Yes.
And I'm playing the PS3 version?
Yep.
Okay, because I was getting controller rumble. I'm like, that's not on the Vita. All right.
So, yeah, this is actually the first one that's come to PS3 and Vita. All the previous games were 2D sprites.
Yeah.
And the games itself, games 1 through 3, the Trails in the Sky trilogy, started off as PC only.
Oh, okay.
And then they ported them to PSP later on, and then games 4 and 5 came out on PSP only. They later got ported by a Chinese company to PC, so it was kind of a weird backwards thing. So this is the only one right now. They only have PS3 and Vita, which.
Is there much difference between the two versions?
Not much, actually.
Oh,
Originally, there were people, like a lot of people have been recommending the performance. Like they say, performance-wise, it's better on PS3. Like all the ones who have played like both versions. And originally, when it came out in Japan, there were, a lot of heavy loading times and like some issues, like visually that were going on, glitches. But they've actually patched it really fast so that there's virtually no loading times.
Oh, good.
And we're going to be using the patch version, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So, what actually is...
You're driving me crazy with your font kerning here.
Oh, like I said, it's an early build.
Okay.
Like, hopefully we'll be able to fix it, so...
I don't know how that happens. It's like, oh.
I don't know either. It's just one of those things, like, we literally got just the one build before E3, we were just like, ship it.
Let's get something, all right.
We need to show something off here.
No, we appreciate that.
Yeah, like, normally this whole entire scene is fully voiced. So
Yeah.
there's about 10,000 lines to record for this game.
Oh, man.
So
When is this coming out?
In the fall.
In the fall.
It's actually 100% translated right now, which is what you're
recording
seeing.
now, or?
We're still editing.
Okay.
So the edited text isn't in yet, although it still reads pretty cleanly. The translators are actually huge fans of the series. So for a game that has literally thousands of terms to remember, they know them all. So we actually, it's been pretty nice for our editors. They don't have to cross-reference or anything like that. Yeah. I get to cross-reference though because I know second chapter. We use certain terms for second chapter for certain spells. I will give you a better explanation, like said it's just
Yeah, that ain't gonna work for me.
First of all, if you want to, you can choose your person for fun.
With L1 and R1?
Have you ever played East Memories of
L1.
Salsetta, by the way?
I haven't, but I have it.
Okay.
It's on my pile of shame.
I was gonna say your backlog. I understand. I was gonna say, like, the menu is actually very similar to Salsetta. If you want to move to the right, everything's closed off for the prologue almost, but you have 2 other party members in reserve. If you want to press X over the character you like and press X over a character you don't want in your main 4.
Oh, he looks mean. Let's get rid of him.
What?
Yeah, no.
He actually is kind of snooty, so.
All right,
I like
Let's
him,
get some
but-
girls going here. All right? I don't know why. Let's turn
Why
this
not?
into a harem game. Why not?
So, yeah, I will also explain that. That's the map. But there's no map right
Okay,
there
all right. I was
at
like,
the moment.
nothing's happening.
Don't worry.
I was worried I crashed it already.
No, that's the Orbit charging station. It's kind of a series staple, lets you recharge.
I don't need to recharge, do I?
No,
Okay.
you are fully charged. This game actually makes you pretty powerful in the prologue, so I can show you really awesome moves and how flashy the game is.
Yeah.
And I will, and it's okay that the game is really long and flashy with its
So this is
moves,
August
but-
31st. So is this everyone's just going to PAX and these are cosplayers that they've run into, or?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, it's basically explaining it in too much detail because, like I said, it drops you off in the middle of the game with no explanation.
okay.
It's kind of a.
So I'm not supposed to understand, right?
You're not supposed to understand.
Okay.
So your turn-based
Good.
battle system.
Oh.
This is your regular attack.
Okay.
These are arts, which are kind of like magic spells. Anybody can learn them. This is to help you move around anywhere on the field. So light SRPG elements.
Yeah.
This is to run away. You can't run right now.
Okay.
Items. And then these are crafts. Those are unique to every single character in the game.
Okay.
You'll also notice...
Oh boy, and I've got like this menu over here too.
Yes, and I shall explain. So you'll notice that these characters, you could also move the camera anytime. You'll see that they're linked physically to one another, and you'll see it represented down here as well.
Okay.
This game actually has a link system where, kind of Persona-ish. Somebody else had mentioned Fire Emblem. I'm actually not sure because I haven't played Fire Emblem.
Oh, you should.
I know, I really need to. Like, I need to play Awakening at least.
Yeah,
I know there's a dude named Henry who's like absolutely hilarious and like right up my alley in terms of characters, but.
Okay, so do I want to just attack right now, or do I use these links, or what?
So
guide me, Sensei.
So the links, you can actually switch them. I saw you were in the menu. You could actually. They're right now, you're just at level 1 for the sake of the prologue, and they're only really useful for follow-up attacks at the moment, but of course you'll gain more like abilities that are beneficial as you go along. You gain like link experience, and you can literally switch who you're linked with anytime in battle. It doesn't cost anything, and you can switch it back.
Okay.
Like you can do it as many times as you want.
All right.
You can also, if you press and hold R1, switch with your reserve party members.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't waste your turn. You can continue your turn with that party member. And let's see, if you want, oh, you're not linked. It'll let you know if you're not linked. Press X, and you're linked. Okay, it's just nice to have.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can start off with something flashy or regular.
Flashy.
Flashy, okay, and you have 0 arts right now.
Okay.
This one is good. These are your arts. Demonic Scythe is actually kind of neat. You can see your active time bar in the corner. That's kind of a series staple.
Yeah.
You can see your enemy's order, your like own order, and there are moves that can actually delay enemy turns or disrupt order. I will show you a really cool disruption move if you want to just see something crazy.
Okay.
Say there's like 4 or 5 enemies attacking you in a row and you're like really screwed and you're about to die. You can hold triangle anytime in the game. Don't mind characters going out. Press any of those buttons. Press X. Like these are basically your limit breaks, your S like crash.
Oh, okay.
And as long as you have 100 CP, which you gain by just regularly attacking enemies,
okay,
you can use these. And it literally just disrupts a turn order. You can just go to town on any enemy.
All right.
And you can actually use 3, 4 in a row if you wanted to. Like you don't just like get to use 1 at a time.
I like using this on the first battle. That's always.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
All right.
And let's see if like a lot of those flashes. Oh, you can keep going.
Okay.
Go ahead and try and experiment on all these really neat moves. So as you can see, like there's a line right there. If you wanted to, like for a lot of moves, you can actually like move the line out to like kind of like on the field.
Get multiple things.
Yeah, there's like circular like ranges that you can move around as well. Some are direct targets. It all just depends on the spell itself or the art or like craft itself. Okay, so those are your link experience. You skipped the previous one already, but you have. Oh, it's totally fine. It's totally cool. So like you see, like you have 1.7 times experience. Normally you get 1.0. But say you get like a double kill, a triple kill, overkill, different things, you actually gain a little bit more experience. So the game kind of encourages you to like
go over the top.
Right. And this is Sepith. That's kind of like the game's magic currency. There's regular currency and then Sepith, which is kind of like a series staple as well. You exchange those to make quartz. And in this game in particular, when you make quartz, you just equip it and onto something called an Arcus, which is kind of like just it's purely for magic and arts and stuff. Like, you get exactly what that quartz says, which is very different from Trails in the Sky, which was much more complicated.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of simplified it for this one. It's a kind of a divisive move on the developers' part. Some fans love it because it makes it more streamlined.
And some people want it to be complicated, right?
Some people wanted it to be really complicated. So, but let's see if we can find an enemy. Because I can show you something cool if we find it. Oh,
you haven't? Oh,
okay, so see, it's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Press X. Oh, wait. Never mind.
I was trying to get behind and persona them or something.
So if you have Laura, I encourage you to use Laura on the field when attacking enemies in particular, because actually your physical attack type, like what you're good at, basically, will actually affect like how you can stun enemies even on the field. So like she's actually pretty good with like the machine types. So she can stun enemies much easier. Oh, there you go, running on the field.
Well, I was hoping I'd be able to do something with her afterwards, but it looks like no, so.
Oh, no, it's purely just kind of running. But what's kind of nice is they kind of take it as a pass turn.
Oh, okay.
So your like active time like battle thing, like your turn will actually, it should move up like a little bit. You should be able to attack sooner basically for your next turn.
And this is what I was trying to do.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Good job. What's kind of nice is for all these, Cross Crusade is really flashy, if you wanted to see that.
Okay, flashy is good.
I like flashes. So what's also kind of nice is that For me, like, I really like really cool, like, fancy moves, but after playing an RPG for like 40 hours, you see like the same move so many times, and you're like, I'm so done with this. This could be 6 seconds. Like, I want the attack, but I don't want to see the animation anymore. There's a skip button. You can press start and literally skip even just a basic attack. Like, not so useful in the beginning of the game, but later on,
eventually,
it's
like,
it's so nice.
While grinding or whatever, yeah.
And yeah, you can see their mouths moving. They're supposed to be talking and all that kind of thing. You actually, like, with characters you're linked with, they may have like a little bit of like banter between one another. Not quite to the extent of like a Tales game or anything.
All right, so who do I want to attack with while on the field here?
Try Laura. This girl right here. There we go. Let's try.
Like that? Okay.
Yes, she has a really awesome sword.
And I want to hit them before I get into battle, right? All right.
Yes. Try like far away first, and then just kind of inch closer, and then press attack, and you may be able to stun them. This guy's like kind of tough. Oh, not quite.
I don't think I got it.
No. You'll see stars dancing around their heads, and then you can run behind them, and you'll get like a party advantage, and like, you know, all this other nice stuff. You're actually getting a really strong handle on this stuff. Yeah. Oh, and I haven't even like talked about the story yet for this particular game.
Nope.
Like, yeah, I've just been giving like lore rundown and like battle system stuff.
That's all right.
So, my bad.
Start wherever.
So, basically, like said before, this game takes place in Erebonia. It's the first one to take place in this thing. It's, like I said before, it's a military powerhouse, very classist. Nobles and commoners are not supposed to mix. Commoners are not supposed to get very far in life. Nobles run everything, although recently it's been extremely tense, even like not just outside of the country with how they deal with other countries, but inward like as well, because there's the noble faction who wants everything to stay the same because, you know, they're the ones in power, like why not? And you have the reformist faction who are like basically commoners who have banded together to basically say there needs to be change. The main character is this guy here, Rean Schwarzer. There we go. Go behind him.
Was I supposed to go behind him? Or? Yeah, there we go.
Never mind, I lied. I always go behind him.
Okay.
Maybe that was just my thing.
That's okay.
But you actually got an advantage, so good job. So Rean, like the main like setting for this particular game is Thor's Military Academy. It's a school for political upstarts. They kind of balance military tactics with school life because, you know, anime.
Yeah.
So, and he notices that, oh, press X. You have your follow-up attack that way.
Excellent.
So that's the benefit of a Link like ability.
I see. All right.
So, and normally they have like their little bands.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
So like
we're friends now. You hit the thing I hit.
So, he goes to school and he's like from an aristocratic family, and normally he would be wearing a white uniform because nobles wear white uniforms, commoners wear green uniforms, and they're segregated.
Okay.
But he's wearing a red uniform this time. That's for if you want to charge up. It's kind of weird because like it's a series thing, and like the music is the same throughout the entire demo, and then they have the really like nice like restful music.
I know.
And it's like, all right.
It's like, let's sleep.
It's a bit.
We're in the middle of a war. Let's sleep. Why not?
So like he ends up finding out that he's part of Class 7, which is the very first time like ever that they decided to do a class that's not about your rank in society but about your abilities. So it's a class that actually has a mixture of nobles and commoners, and because of that they actually clash a lot inwardly as well. But it's, without going into too much detail, it's just basically them like figuring out how to be a class while just diving into like this ridiculous political like quagmire, I guess you could say. Like it's just, one of the things about this series in particular is that, like I said, there's 3 different arcs and they kind of come in twos, like pairs. So there's Trails in the Sky, like the first one, first chapter, then second chapter. Then there's the Crossbell duology, Soro no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki. And then there's Cold Steel 1 and 2. The first game traditionally is the one where they take their time and set things up and let you get used to the world, and things kind of go slowly, seemingly at first. The second game is always the one where things are just constantly crazy, which is why we announced Cold Steel 2 at the same time as 1, because we didn't want people to like freak out about not getting the sequel.
Well, after Trails in the Sky taking so long, I can understand
it was
that.
understandable. Like we wanted to like do the second chapter because like, you know, the first game infamously, like without spoiling anything, ends in a cliffhanger.
Right.
And so like people are like have been waiting 4 years for the conclusion of this story, and it's like, I'm sorry it's taking so long. It's just a lot of text. But you know, we wanted to like not do that again, basically, because yeah, like it was hard for us, and it's been hard for fans too. So yeah, we've already like started translating Cold Steel 2, and we expect it to come out in 2016. We pretty much expect the wait time between 1 and 2 to be about the same, if not less, than the Japanese wait. Like,
great.
So like I think it was about a year apart. So we're not even expecting a year, hopefully, between 1 and 2. So just so people can kind of get their entire arc, and it'll be pretty and nice.
So
you're just gonna go all out. Awesome.
Yeah. So second chapter is coming out when?
Summer,
and then Cold Steel 1 is fall?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're actually like it's a lot of trails this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working on SC, the second chapter, on pretty much a daily basis, and I'm helping write. Well, not this week and probably not next week, because I'm helping to prepare for recording for Cold Steel. So, but after that, it's just basically like daily working on like SC, like getting it ready. Like we want to just say summer for now, because we've done that thing before where we've given like a basic date and it's gotten delayed here and there. But now we can actually like, so the next date we give probably for SC will be like the actual release date. But for now, we just want to say summer because that's nice and safe. Which is nice to hear that it's actually safe and that it's actually like not that far away. It's like it's almost over. I'm glad that you've gotten a handle of the game though. Yay. So this is the last fight in the demo right
Oh,
here.
okay.
So you're actually almost done too.
Well, then I wanna go crazy.
Oh. And if you want, like, you can switch your party members in the middle of battle, and they'll have their
bring theirs out. Yeah.
They can use their S crafts. So you basically have like 6 S crafts like ready to like break out.
I don't think this guy's gonna last that long.
Excellent work.
And more currency I can't spend in the demo.
No, unfortunately not. I'm just glad that it actually made for a really nice demo for us, because we were like, man, we don't know where to save, and they're like, well, just do the beginning, and it's because it literally gives you everything. It's like a nice preview of like what you can do.
But we didn't kill those things. Oh, anime.
I'm glad you understand.
Yeah, yell at them. That'll stop them. What, are they aiming at his hometown or something?
I'm not gonna say
You're not
anything.
gonna say.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Smart.
But that's the
Oh, thank you so much, Brittany.
Oh, no problem. Do you have any questions at all? Like, I rambled an awful lot, but
No,
maybe I missed anything. So.
You got it covered. People are just really excited it's coming. I know.
I'm so excited because, like, it means I can actually work on more. I'm like a fanatic for this series, and for a while its future felt like kind of unstable.
Right.
But now it's like, bam, we're doing this game. Now this one, and like it's like 3 like Trails games in such a short succession after years of waiting. I'm like,
people are very happy about it.
I'm so glad to. Like,
Right.
I'm just like, I hope that they enjoy it. I hope that the wait was like worth it.
All right, well, thank you very much.
So thank you very, very
Trails
much.
in the Sky.
Yes.
Trails of Cold Steel, excuse me.